to the night where the paranormal unite. A party like never before under the moon's airy light. The vibe is dark, the air is cold, spirits taking flight. Get haunted and ghost, the magazine leading the fright. Ghosts and ghouls dancing hand in hand, lost souls roaming the haunted land. On the battleship New Jersey we gather with glee, horror.
Boom.
We're here.
We are here.
And guess who else is here?
Eric Stevens, of course.
Always our
What's
first.
up, my friend?
So glad to finally say we met him in person.
Yep. Got to see him last night. We'll get back to that because last night was pretty epic.
Look who else is here.
Hello, Mr. Keith. How are you, sir?
Our biggest fans.
Yep. That's our fan club, folks. I wanted to introduce you guys to both of our fans and just let you know that these people have good judgment. You should join them.
There's
Big
Daddy
Andy.
We
He's
might have
also a
three.
fan.
We might have
He
three fans.
Well, he just checks on us, I think.
He
I
bought
think
a
he's
night
just
at
watching us.
He bought a night at the house.
Yeah, I know, but I think he's like stalking us. We're under surveillance, is what it is. But no, folks, I'm Ernie Pack.
I go without introduction.
Yeah, nobody knows who she is.
Denise
We're Packman Paranormal.
I am Packman Paranormal.
We are Packman Paranormal.
You have to.
What?
You need
What?
You need me to be Packman. You're not Packman Paranormal by yourself, buddy.
Okay. You are. Well, everybody knows.
Everybody knows. Yes, that's true. Everybody knows.
Okay. We have not been on here for a long time. It's been 87 years, or however long the old lady from Titanic. It's been a long time since we've been on here.
Look. That's right, Stevie. Don't you forget it.
People, somebody have my back. No, we have been away. We have had a lot going on since the last time we were on here. And things are finally starting to slow down.
We're lucky we're on here
We're
tonight.
down to 2 events.
Lucky, another fan.
Yep. See there?
Yeah, we're half dead tonight. We're exhausted and
Yep. And Adam, Eric, and David can tell you they were with us last night. We had one of our Spirit Squatches and Stories Around the Campfire events last night at Fort Duffield that wrapped up just after 2 a.m. And then we stood around and talked to some of the guests, and then we got back to the house. Todd and Leanne were here. We stayed up another hour or so talking, kind of downloading everything that went on. And last night was a crazy night. We'll get into that, like I say, a little bit later. But I just wanted to kind of bring you through the time that we've been away, some of the things that's been going on.
And he had to get up at 7:30 and go to work.
Yeah, I had to get up 7:30 this
Actually,
morning.
he got up at 7.
7 this morning, go to work after getting to bed about 4:30 or 5, right?
Something like that. I don't remember. I was snoring.
Anyway, the first week that we had to miss was due to
the Indiana
Bigfoot Research Organization's first ever Bigfoot conference in Nashville, Indiana. We were guest speakers there. We had a vendor table there. We weren't sure we were going to sell anything at the vendor table.
We sold out almost all the way out Friday night, and the thing didn't open technically till Saturday.
Yeah, Friday night they had a
town hall
meeting where everyone could come in and tell their encounters and their thoughts on Bigfoot.
Free to the public.
That was free to the public. And we went ahead and set up our vendor table on Friday afternoon before the town hall started. And by the time we left there Friday night, we were just about we were down to like 4 pieces of merchandise left for Saturday when the conference actually opened. And so we were sold out early in the day Saturday.
And anybody that's interested in this, they're going to do it again next year. It's September 26th and 27th, I think. And they only sold 300 tickets this year. I don't know if they'll change something up next year, but they sold out. So if you want to go, in that, get your tickets.
Yeah, as soon as you follow the Indiana Bigfoot Research Organization.
There's our brother.
That's right.
Thank you to Todd. They'll appreciate that. And there's Kim.
Mostly me, Todd. But yeah. No.
I sat on stage and supervised.
Yeah, I got up there for my presentation thinking that I was going to have some support and Denise was going to chime in and contribute.
I don't like public speaking.
You like public directing, apparently.
Well, I got to sit in the chair and say, no, that's not right from a distance.
So
stand up there with my microphone. I didn't need a microphone. You could hear me just fine. I didn't have to.
You got a big mouth. People in the back of the room. And that place was full when I spoke because I'm a great speaker and everyone wanted to hear what I had to say.
I had to sit on stage to make sure he didn't go over the timer. Leroy put a timer on the table in front of him and said, Ernie, here's your timer. And Ernie's looking at it, I got 2 minutes left. Okay. Okay. I got 1 minute left. I'm like, Ernie.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a great time. Look. Talked about.
Todd said I didn't.
Todd is just kissing your butt for whatever reason because he knows he's got to ride with you all weekend next weekend. So then after that following weekend, we traveled to Rock Island, Illinois for the Haunted Rock Island Roadhouse Paracon. And that was way bigger than what I thought it would be.
The place, not
the Paracon too. I mean,
really?
There were vendor booths everywhere.
I'd been watching what Candy was doing, though. I knew she was going to do a good job. I knew that.
I knew they were going to do a good job.
I knew it was going to be something. I knew she had bad taste of character, though, when she asked you to speak.
I did a great job speaking there as well.
Yeah, you had 5 people in there.
That was more than some people had. But
one of those 5 was me.
No, there were 5 people besides you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. 5 people besides me. Okay, 6 counting me.
But I did a great job. Everyone else that was at the Haunted Rock Island Roadhouse Paracon in Rock Island, Illinois, missed out because it was a fantastic freaking presentation by me. But anyway.
Todd wasn't there.
No. But
they're going to have that again next year, too. I think it's October 5th next year. So.
Look at you. Where's your calendar? You just got it all in your head? She's probably wrong on these dates, people. Just saying. Don't hold her to it.
Here, this is the new calendar. That's the old calendar over here. Here's the new calendar.
Okay. But anyway.
September, IBRO, September 26th and 27th. Like I said. Rock Island. I can't see. My eyes are old. The 4th. Okay, I was wrong on that one. It's October 4th. I missed it by one day.
Who's always right?
One day.
Who was wrong?
Who's always right?
Except for every now and then, a few times. Mm. But anyway, we were asked by Sarah and Rob because they had a VIP.
You need to remember a few things.
Okay, fine. They had a VIP investigation. After the Paracon wrapped up,
they were supposed to sell 50 tickets?
I think initially they said no. I don't even know if there was that many, 30 maybe. But Todd, shut up, boot him. They had a VIP investigation that night, and they had sold it out in early that afternoon, and then they decided to open up some more spots. And initially, I think it was just going to be like Rob and Danny and Sarah and Trevor, I think.
Trevor was added on. He wasn't even supposed to be there. It was just Rob, Danny, and Sarah.
And so then they sold more tickets than Rob, Danny, and Sarah could handle. And then they decided, well, we'll add even more tickets. And they sold them. And people just kept buying them. And so...
And me and Ernie were sitting there going, hey, y'all are screwed. We
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
what y'all going to do now.
Peace out. And then we saw the panic in Rob's face. And yeah,
Always
that's a good hat.
Always representing Doug.
Doug was here just a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
we're
We're getting ready to get to
minute.
that's the next stop on our journey.
Right.
And so we jumped in and decided to help with that investigation. Josh Purvis jumped in.
Trevor showed up.
Trevor helped out. So we wound up with like, what was it, 68 total tickets? I heard that.
You heard that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was like a kid went, oh.
I was looking to see if it was our chairs rubbing, and they're not. So
yeah.
Anyway,
but,
I don't know if any of y'all heard that, but
I think our house is on it. But we decided that we would help out as well, and it turned out to be an amazing freaking investigation. We had divided the group into teams of like 16, I believe. Yeah, we had 68 people. We had 2 teams of.
Yeah, I think it was 16.
I forget.
Rob's saying that is it Kent or Rob Kent? I saw Rob's name, that's why I said Rob. Kent's also saying that in Mayfield, Kentucky, on September 27th to 28th next year, this Haunted Graves Paracon. So you'll have that or the IBRO, either one, because it's apparently the same weekend.
Yep. So anyway, they divided the groups up, put us on the 3rd floor.
Yep.
Danny and Trevor were on the 4th floor.
Rob
Sarah and Rob were on the second floor.
Josh was in the basement.
And then we rotated the groups through the floors, and everyone seemed to have an amazing time. There were a lot of experiences had everywhere. And that's a place you guys need to check out if you've never had a chance to be up there. I mean, I wasn't expecting much looking at the building from the outside, because you pull up on it.
It doesn't look very big.
It looks like a furniture store.
It is a furniture store now.
That's what it is. And it just looks.
It wasn't always a furniture.
I said is. Did I say was? No, I said
I'm just
is.
trying to get people to understand that haven't been there. We didn't just go investigate a furniture store. It was so much more before it became a furniture.
Did I say we went down to Ashley Furniture Gallery for an investigation?
Did I tell you to look at my shirt?
I see it. Anyway, so that was a blast. Drove home 6.5 hours and moved on to the next.
Which was
because 2 days later.
I'm gonna grab this right here so they can see this, so we can talk about this story.
Okay. 2 days later, we had Brandon Elvis, Mustafa Gatalari, Kevin Audie, Craig Owens, Doug Metcalf.
Actually, we got home on Sunday and we're expecting them 2 days later. And on the drive home Sunday, Kevin texts and say, hey, do you mind if we come tomorrow and start setting up?
Yeah.
And we were like, now, mind you, this was not us filming with them. It was them using our house as a backdrop for some scenes for their Haunted Discoveries Family Spirits. So Ernie and I didn't have to film in the scenes, but we had to clean the house. We had to get ready. So it was still, and they were here for 12 hours on Tuesday when they came back.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So one of the scenes was, well, what was funny before I get to that, they were filming a scene downstairs and they're like, oh, we need some sage. We need a candle. We need a pendulum. We need
Here's D Hoot. She caught us. He, she. Sorry, D Hoot. We don't know you.
But
pretty sure it's a she.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know. They were like, looking for certain props of weirdness, and turns out we had all that weirdness,
everything
right here at the house. Oh yeah, we got a pendulum, we've got a crucifix, we've got everything they were needing we had. And
crucifix, rosaries, sage, pendulums,
candles. I was
like, they were like, oh, we should have got. I was like, oh, I got it upstairs.
Yeah, we need the leg of a you know,
Alligator.
Cyclops.
Alligator. She look. Yeah, the leg of an alligator. I got
Yeah,
one of those.
yeah.
I got a chicken leg. I got a turtle shell, y'all. I
Yeah.
just got everything.
So
I thought it was she. I was pretty sure.
you are smart.
I am smart. I know things.
Okay. I'm trying to tell a story.
And you're boring me. Get on with the point.
The story would not be so boring if I could let it flow and not be interrupted. It'd be a much better story. But no. Anyway, one of the things was this.
They asked for a now what it all is together. This slides on the front. It is that slides down in it. I won't put it all back together because I need to fix this. But
because Haunted Discoveries broke it.
It is a exorcism type. I guess it's an crucifix here that you open it up and it's got all the stuff in it. Well, they needed a crucifix, so we slid this off the front and handed it to them because one of their scenes is they've got a dying. We don't want to give it all away because they have this airing.
They were filming a scene that involved a crucifix where someone was holding a crucifix over a gentleman that was lying in the bed in the ladies' room. And they filmed the scene several times. It's a very creepy scene.
And they're, doing a lot of this over the body.
Yeah.
They happened to catch on video. I did tell them in my defense that it was a little loose. Jesus fell off.
Yeah,
fell on the chest.
Flew off and nearly impaled the actor pretending he was dying and kind of landed like this on him. And so it was
Doug, I think you might have left before that happened. So they were like, we were so sorry the crucifix broke. And we were like, but did you get it on film? They were like, yes. I was like,
yeah, they were happy that, because it played into the scene perfectly. But no, we filmed with them. Well, they came up, like she said, they came up on Monday and did some setup and we're here for a couple hours, and then they were here for 12 hours on Tuesday, and then Wednesday Doug was out on a food run at that time. On Wednesday, we filmed with them yet again with, I can't get into that a whole lot, but it's some very exciting stuff with some very well-known people.
Well, we can tell them who we filmed with because they allowed us to post the pictures.
Did. We filmed with the one and only Squatch Man. We filmed with Tony Filosi, who is in charge of some haunted attractions and ghost walks and locations out in Harlan, Kentucky. And he does a lot of cryptid research and paranormal research out that way. And the legend himself, Ron Moorhead.
Ron Moorhead. If any of you don't know who Ron Moorhead is, look him up. Sierra Sound.
Yeah. In the Bigfoot community, you've got a piece of video evidence called the Patterson-Gimlin footage. That footage filmed back in 1967
which
that everyone knows about.
Was the anniversary of that being caught.
Exactly. And so that's the best video evidence out there for Bigfoot thus far. And then there's a piece of audio evidence called the Sierra Sounds that Ron Moorhead caught. And it is incredible audio. If you ever heard it, you'll understand what we're talking about.
If you haven't, go to YouTube and
if you haven't, go look it up and find it. Exactly.
But we got to film with all of those folks, so you can only imagine
the gravity of what we might have been talking about.
Look for it in March.
Stay tuned for that. Let's just say there's some new evidence out there. And so that was that week. And then what happened the next week?
The next week, we weren't on last week because he worked to the very last, he was late. He's always late leaving work on Sundays, which today he was able to get out a little early. We had a little bit of an issue that we had to deal with, which was good because we were exhausted. But last week he got out kind of at the last minute and then got stuck in traffic, and it was just not worth stressing trying to get in here.
But anyway, we're back now, and the next thing, that Damien, I'm telling you that there was another event at the fort, same place we caught that photo that you're talking about. Last night, several people that are here in the chat witnessed the same thing.
Yeah.
But so now we get a couple of days to rest.
Yeah, because like you said, last night was off. We've got all kinds of pictures that because it was super late at night, and I'm sure people are recovering and everything. We haven't had all the pictures sent to us because we had like 20 people, not counting those of us running it last night. Everybody caught something on video or picture. Everybody witnessed the eye shine. There were howls, there were whoops, there were voices.
There were bipedal footsteps all around us.
We had a guy there, and I'm dying for this picture to be sent to me. Had the best freaking capture of a fairy photo that I have ever seen in my life. And I know that's one of these things that we get on here and we talk about Bigfoot and ghosts, and we've mentioned fairies, and everybody that's kind of looked at us like we were crazy that has come out with us when it comes to like the Sasquatch and have seen the eye shine are like, oh my God, you're not wrong. We've been telling y'all about fairies. Wait till we get this photo.
Yeah.
Wait till we get this photo.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty clear. It's
Damien, it is self-illuminating. We had there was no light source on those eyes. And last night we had,
we always tell everyone not to shine a light down into the woods. Nothing.
Well, it's like last night we had, like I said, like 20 people there that, not counting those of us running it, that all saw the eye shine. When Rob was there in July, same thing, like 20 people witnessed it. And the funny thing about that, we actually called Rob and Sarah this morning. We walked out into not out into the woods.
Leanne and Todd did.
Leanne and Todd. We don't have to. A lot of people think we're running through the woods and that's how we're squatching. No, we like
go to the edge of the woods.
We call them in, we sit there, and they come to us. And Leanne and Todd were like, our friend Rob was here in July. Do you remember him? He's the one that got emotional. And they were talking about Rob. And when they said that, eyes just all through the forest, they remembered Rob. So,
yeah, it was a really cool night. And like I say, we got out of there, finally left the fort at around 3:30, I guess. Mm-hmm. Got back here, set up and talked to
Brad. You need to get your booty down.
Yeah,
here.
You do need to get down here. You keep coming up with, oh, it's going to storm, or, oh, I don't feel good, I might die tomorrow. I was like, well,
Aaron, I wouldn't go that far.
I'm with you, Aaron. I think I would make a great governor.
Because he would need me to keep up with everything.
I got this.
I would be governor. He would just be the face of the position. That's how it is now.
Whatever.
I'm Packman Paranormal. He's just the face.
What? Okay. What?
And the mouth.
Whatever.
Everybody knows it's true. They all know it. Stevie agreed with me.
What do I need to talk about now?
I don't know. I'm not listening to you anymore. Tuned you out.
But no, I mean we got in at 3:30, like I said, and then set up and talked to Todd. Leanne crashed. She's like,
Leanne was up for a while because
she was up for a little while.
We were all fighting over the lemon cupcakes.
Yeah, we did have some leftover cupcakes that we fought over for an hour or so.
Yeah, Brad's been out squatching with us. He saw the fairies when they were out there.
Yep, that's very true. And so got very little sleep last night. Got up, went to work today. Here we are tonight. Now we get through this week of work, and Thursday evening we head to New Jersey
with Todd and Leanne.
With Todd and Leanne in the vehicle with us. For those of you who follow our podcast, you know that could result in another 15 or 20 episodes if you can't make this shit up. Because
those are stories that still get told from a trip we took 2 years ago. 13 states in 10 days.
Yeah.
Those are still topics of conversation.
Yeah. When we have, our events are called Spirits, Squatches, and Stories Around the Campfire. It's not all about ghosts and Bigfoot. Our stories around the campfire often go back to these adventures we have on the road. We're definitely going to have a dash cam rolling next weekend for our trip.
Yes, because Todd's going to be mad because you got to see your discount again.
Brad, we have missed you being here, buddy. Boot him.
Ken's going to vote for you for governor. Kent, you don't even know what you're getting into, buddy. I am going to be in all seriousness here. Ernie is kind of heavy into the political scene. For anybody that doesn't know, like he actually runs a political group and everything. And the mayor here in West Point has been harassing him to take over his slot whenever he steps down. And I'm not for it. I'm not for it. I'm not for it.
All right, then.
I cannot be first lady, y'all. Y'all know my mouth. Do I look like I can be first?
You couldn't beat.
What was that?
Who was talking over there?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, for those of you that don't know, we live in Kentucky's most haunted house,
and it's haunted. That's
obviously,
why they
it keeps doing stuff. Right before we went on here, actually, Ernie had enough time to lay down and take a little bit of a nap, and I was in this room doing some stuff and left the light on. Went down the hall, got some clothes, went into the bathroom to change my clothes, came out. The light was off in here, and I heard somebody walking down the hall because, you know, we have old creaky floors. Our house was built in 1841. It was a Civil War hospital, and I hear the floor creaking, and I'm thinking, oh, Ernie's got up and flipped the light off and is going back down the hall to get dressed. And I go in there, and nope, he's snoring. So, don't know who did that. There is Joanne. Hello, stranger.
Howdy. And T-Dog. We got to talk about T-Dog getting chained to a tree last
Brad,
night.
Get batteries for the stuff he sent you. The stuff you sent us is probably still in the box.
We are terrible.
T-Dog was with us last night.
That's what I was getting. You ignored me.
Obviously. I ignore you every chance I get.
T-Dog got chained to a tree in the middle of the forest last night, blindfolded.
T-Dog got to see the eye shine last night.
T-Dog saw the eye shine. T-Dog.
Where's our...
What are you doing?
I'm doing this. I don't know if
what?
I was going to try to do that and send that to me, but I don't think I can I?
No, just quit it.
Oh,
you could. We're having a show.
Okay.
Big Daddy Andy's booked a night here.
He's booked a night here at this house. Yes.
Yep. But T-Dog got blindfolded. You know, T-Dog does these fear challenges, does them at haunted locations all over the country. He's been to some of the most haunted places, to the most haunted place in the most haunted places in the country, and been chained up and blindfolded, left alone for a while to run a recorder. And I am good for more than Kentucky, Kent. I'd be good for Kenya. I'd be good for...
We won't get into all of it because, you know, this is not a political platform, but Ernie and I are on two totally opposite ends of the spectrum, so we do not discuss politics in our house. So him being in any type of political position is not good for us. So
truth. And yep.
Eric, we were so thankful. Eric has been following us for 3 years, and we met him in person for the first time last night.
Yep. And had a great time, and got a big hug, and it was just cool.
It was cool. Very cool.
I mean, you know, a lot of folks, I don't boot him. I've told you to boot him. There's a lot of folks that we know online and only online. You know, we've never met them in person. Fortunately, most of the folks here in the chat we have, but there's some that we haven't. Damien, of course, we haven't been to Scotland yet. He's too lazy to walk over here.
Did we meet Kent? Did we meet you?
I think we met him at the Nashville Paracon.
Maybe. I'm trying to remember. For some reason, I think we did.
I'm thinking we did. It might not be biscuits and gravy. Everybody's hung on the biscuits and gravy.
He's over his biscuits and gravy. He doesn't ask for it anymore.
I need to lose weight.
Yeah, Joanne is in Canada.
You know, Canada, we're going to be in New Jersey next weekend, which is not a whole lot of difference. So, you know.
How do you figure that's not a whole much of a difference?
That's north. Canada's north. So there. It is. Look on the map. Google it. But I eat other things too, and I need to lose some weight because my costume for Halloween didn't fit today, so I got to lose weight. We'll see you, Brad. You take care. But anyway, I was trying to talk about T-Dog.
Yeah, talk about T-Dog.
T-Dog got chained up in the woods at Fort Duffield last night, blindfolded and left alone for about a half hour or so, running audio. And had some other devices out there with him, I think. And T-Dog, if you've ever been out with T-Dog, T-Dog's very low key. He's very, very cool and calm and collected 99.9% of the time. And when they went down and unchained him from the tree and he came back up to the fire pit there to talk to all of us, he was
talking.
He was talking. Yeah. He said, "Oh, I heard this, I heard that, and it felt weird, and I thought someone tried to pull on my blindfold." And
Well, I think T.O. got a little excited about the eye shine because
Yeah.
he's not had, he's done this for a long time and had experiences, but
he's
that
never
was
had
a new
any
one.
kind of Bigfoot experience at all. So it was cool. But I was getting ready to do that. She always just grabs the mic or the mouse from me like
like you don't know what he's doing.
like I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm great at this.
D-Hoot, that is one of T-Dog's things, is he gets chained up everywhere. He picks the scariest. He asks, what's the scariest, most ominous, dark place? And that's where I want to be chained up. And he gets chained up.
Yep. And there's Danny Marie.
There is. Hey, Danny. I caught you for just a few minutes on your show. I was trying to get ready for this one because we were exhausted and took a little nap.
And I was, Danny, I'll be honest, I was sleeping during your show, not because your show's boring, because your show is amazing and cool, but I'm old and tired.
He's old for sure.
That's enough out of you.
Yeah, T-Dog saw the eyes. There we go.
Yep.
Mostly me, Patrick.
I'm funnier than you. You're just mean. People laugh at meanness.
He's had some crazy stuff. Yeah.
You never know. We could just handcuff T-Dog and Damien and then send them off into the woods if we can ever get Damien over here.
One of the stories T-Dog was telling us last night, just to give y'all an idea, is he got chained up in the body chute at Waverly Hills Sanatorium in a wheelchair halfway down the body chute. And anybody that's been to Waverly, it's pitch black, like
blacker than black.
You can't see your hand in front of your face. And they always have cameras on him. Like, there's always a way to, which last night he was within screaming, so we could have heard him and got to him if we needed to. But they had a camera on him in the body chute, and going back and watching the footage, the body chute that doesn't have like really any airflow or anything. Fog came down the body chute and then circled him while he's sitting there blindfolded, handcuffed.
Yeah, and he didn't know what was happening, but you watch the video and it's really creepy to watch. But I don't know. We have had kind of a whirlwind over the past month or so. We're down to just 2 things left on our calendar for right now.
We will not be here.
Oh, wait a minute. You volunteered us for something in December, didn't you?
I volunteered you.
Mm-hmm.
Volunteered him, right, Todd?
Us.
Him.
Us.
We will not be on next Sunday because, like he said, we're going to be heading to the Supernatural soiree and making our way back home on Sunday. So
we didn't want to miss, we didn't want you all to miss us that long, because I know you guys go into DTs for your Ernie fix. And it's me they want to see.
We have an event for anybody that can make it on. It's not our event, but it's at the fort for a friend of ours. Kennedy Baus wrote a Civil War book, and she's wanting to have like a book signing, ghost hunt, snacks, November 2nd.
Build a campfire, kind of have stories around the campfire, her style.
And promote her book.
I'm sure to be Civil War based, Civil War spirit based, just like the book is. And it should be a good time. If you can't make it all the way up to West Point, Kentucky, and you're anywhere near the Bell Witch Cave, the Todd and Leanne SQ have their final event of the season at the Bell Witch Cave in Adams, Tennessee. That's on November 2nd
That's on November 2nd as well.
And there are still tickets available for that, I believe. Those events always sell out, and they are always awesome.
And if you want them, you need to get them now.
Everything that we have at the fort, and then some.
Mm-hmm.
They have cryptid activity, Bigfoot, UFO activity, and
they got 8
tons of spirits.
They've only got 8 tickets left. So
down to 8 tickets.
If you're interested in it, you better grab them.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all follow the Black Wolf Paranormal, but if you get on their site and look, their event they had the 17th, they have a video of a spirit interacting with an oil lamp. It actually puts the flame out and then lights the flame back up. So,
on command.
On
basically.
command.
I mean, you hear him say, "Can you light that back up?"
And Todd always likes to make sure it's the Black Wolf Paranormal, because if you just follow Black Wolf Paranormal, you're not
It's a
going to
different
find
group.
it's a different group.
They're
Black
not
Wolf
as cool as
Paranormal.
the Black Wolf is. They're probably cool people. I don't know them, but they're not as cool as the Black Wolf.
The Black Wolf.
Like the Todd. So anyway, yeah, we've got the Supernatural Soiree coming up this weekend. We've got that event November 2nd. I believe on Friday the 13th of December, at least I will be helping the Todd and Leanne with an event at Trousdale Place in Gallatin, Tennessee. They do these Friday the 13th events down there at this historic haunted location in Gallatin, Tennessee, that also is always very active and very well attended and a good time. So
Todd,
that's what we have coming.
How many tickets on that do you know? Have y'all started selling those tickets yet? Ask
Todd
Leanne.
will have to ask.
Todd
Leanne.
won't know. Ask Leanne.
Exactly. Todd doesn't. He's not like. See, I would know the answer if it was our event.
Would you really?
I would know.
Would you really?
I would say, according to Denise, we have what 16. Todd is not sure
because Leanne's asleep already.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, let it cook.
There we go. Yeah, of course. We don't know what to expect with the Supernatural Soiree. It's gonna be a good time. I mean, it's
to meet a lot of people. To meet a lot of people that we know, but we don't know.
Yeah, and some that we've met before, but a lot of others that we've never met, and it's a party, a big party on a battleship with a lot of folks from the paranormal community and beyond. Yep. That just is a chance to get together and
just have fun, relax,
have fun, let go of the stress. And
D-Hoot, are you going to be able to make it?
Yeah, I hope that D-Hoot can make it, because we see D-Hoot on here all the time, and I'm always like, she. She's always very supportive of everybody on the network. And
that's why we almost didn't go on YouTube tonight. And then Ernie was like, well, D-Hoot wants us on YouTube. I was like, okay, put us on YouTube.
Yep.
I don't know why we don't ever.
It's all me.
I don't know why we don't ever.
You can thank
YouTube.
me, D-Hoot.
I don't know why we don't. I'm just
because you're like, I ain't messing with that. That's why, folks. That is why. And I'm not even lying. And all you got to do is click on the little YouTube icon when you're setting up these live streams, and it pops right up. Sail down to the Gulf Coast, and
we will mutiny and hijack the ship.
Can we fire the guns at a couple places on the way?
Oh, I've got a list.
Me too. But I mean, that's where we've been and what we got coming up. It's this time of year for anybody in the paranormal community, especially if you're the kind of person that does events.
We love it, but we're ready for it to be over.
Yeah, it's a busy time of year, and it's a crazy time of year. We've sold out of all of our new T-shirts. All of our merch that we had, you stock up on merch for these events and everything. And this time of year it comes along, and
shaking.
We can't talk about that on here, Tim. But the bear is over.
Yeah, Bear from Octagon Hall. He had a show that started at the same time ours did. So
we're gonna have to call Bear and tell him he can't be taking. He was
a guest on a show.
Well, we're gonna have to.
I'm glad you reminded me of that, Joanne, because I did see that earlier and thought, well, crap, we're going to be on. Hopefully, they'll run over a little and we can pop in there with him.
Well, anyway,
we appreciate you being here, D-Hoot. Hey, there's Chris Mike.
Chris Mike in the house, Mike Daddy.
Yeah, y'all missed a good story last night about look, He heard the
That
shirt.
was not a knock on you, Rob. You have done an amazing job creating some amazing shirts for Packman Paranormal and
What did you say
keeping
about
us
the shirts?
supplied.
I wasn't listening.
I said we are sold out on shirts. We're sold out.
We're sold out.
We're sold out on all of our everything. You know, we got all stocked up for these events, and the Bigfoot conference wiped us out on a lot of it.
You know, there's a lot of comments over here from, you know, how Ernie said, you know, we have a lot of can't make this shit up stuff that happens. Well, these spirits, squatches, and stories around the campfire, it's not all paranormal stories that get told. And everybody that shows up gets to tell their own story. Well, there's a lot of other stories that aren't paranormal that get told. And T-Dog and David and the people are over here referring to a trash can story. I think maybe you need to share that story. It's not paranormal.
You didn't see, you ignored me again, because when T-Dog brought it up, I said we can't talk about that.
Oh, we can talk about that.
All right, everybody get ready for some FCC violations.
You all are okay with this, right? With him telling you a trash and awesome.
Okay, by show of hands, who wants to hear the trash can story?
It definitely had people laughing last night. That's for sure.
It did. But anyway, okay, I'll tell the story. Since everybody's look at all the hands.
All the hands.
See them?
Look, Stacy wants to hear the cat and trash can story. See?
Okay.
D who does.
All right. Here we go. This is not paranormal or anything, but at first I thought maybe there might be something paranormal to it.
It's only something that'll happen to Ernie.
Yeah.
And Rob says, wait, what are we waiting for? Sounds like your granddaughter. Just wait. Just wait.
Rob, Rob's heard the trash can story, hasn't he?
No. Yeah, Todd, there's never a short story.
Okay.
Is this the story? Have you heard this story about the trash can? Not the one with the other, not with the rubber gloves. No, not that story.
Not the rubber glove story.
Everybody's like, what's the rubber glove story?
We will not tell that story.
No, this is, Rob, I don't think you've heard this one.
No,
it's not that one.
No.
But you want to hear this one.
This rivals it. Okay. So I don't know about golly, now it'd probably be about 10 years ago. I was single. I had rented a house down near Churchill Downs where they host the Kentucky Derby.
Anybody not from Kentucky, Churchill Downs looks like a really nice place because the Derby is so big and beautiful. It is in the ghetto bad.
Yeah. So I'd rented a house down near there, and it was a house with the basement was only like you would come in the side door of the house, and to get to the basement, it was only like 4 steps down to get to the basement, because it wasn't like a full basement. It was like partially underground. So the windows to the basement looking out were like level with the ground, but they were just like, waist high if you're walking through the basement, if that makes any sense. And I had just moved in. The only thing I had really unpacked was my TV and a chair to put in front of the TV. And I'd been there for 4 or 5 days. And I'm sitting there one night, late at night. I worked for the railroad at the time, and had gotten in late and was wired and wasn't ready to go to sleep. So at like 2 a.m, I'm sitting down there watching TV and flipping through the channels. And the window, like I say, which went out to the side yard, back by where I kept my trash can near the back door, was, right over my shoulder over here, where I could just look up and see out to the side yard. And I noticed a pair of legs go by that window at 2 a.m. Now there's a gate, and it's a closed off part of the yard for people where people can't get there. And so I'm like, what the heck is going on? Well, then I see those legs go back, and my trash can roll by the window behind them. And I'm like, it is not even garbage day. Why is someone taking my trash out? Why is someone taking my trash? Why is someone taking my trash out? And so I got a little nervous. So I went upstairs like a ninja and rooted through the box, found my pistol, and went out to the front door because, they were going toward the front of the house. I went out to the front door, peeled the curtain back on the front door, and in the middle of the street, the city street, my trash can was laying on its side, and there was a homeless man with his pants down around his ankles making sweet love to my trash can. And I had to look at it for a minute to figure out if I was awake, if I was what the actual F is going on right here. And so I thought, what do? I'm calling the police. I'm a responsible citizen. I'm not going to call 911. I'll call the non-emergency number. And so I call them, and I'm, peeking through the curtain, and I'm giving them the play-by-play, and she had me repeat it because I think she thought maybe I was crazy myself. And I'm like, no, I'm telling you, yeah. There is a homeless man with his pants down around his ankles in the middle of the street making sweet love to my trash can. 911 operators are typically very composed. And she bursted out laughing and said, hang on, I'm going to transfer you to dispatch. So she transfers me over to dispatch, and 911, what's your emergency? So I had to tell her again, or tell this woman. I said, there is a homeless man in the middle of Lansing Avenue humping my trash can. Can you repeat that? This was in Louisville, Kentucky, D-Hoot. Lansing Avenue. Near the corner of Southern Parkway and Lansing Avenue, to be exact. And so she's like, okay, just keep an eye on him. I'll send some cars. So
can you grab a garbage can?
It was a big toter. It wasn't this kind of trash can. It was one of them big rolling toters that the city issues. And so here comes a police car. They stop about 50 feet from the trash can. Bright lights aimed at the guy. Here comes another police car. Stops right next to that one. Bright lights on the trash can. Two more from the other direction. They got him surrounded. And he's just on my trash can. Humming. And I'm like, what are they going to do? So I mean, it's just like, you can't believe, what the hell, And so the cops get out of their car, and they got their flashlights aimed at this dude, and they're walking up real slow, and they're looking at each other like what the hell? And they're kind of giggling and shit, and I stepped out on the porch then because I wanted to hear and see what was going on. And they're like, sir, excuse me. And he's like, F you. And they're like, you're going to have to stand up and pull your pants up, sir. He said, I ain't done yet. Now, what exactly that meant, we might not want to know, but he wasn't done yet, and he just kept humming on the trash can. And so finally, they got a little more aggressive with him, like, sir, I'm telling you, you're going to have to get up, and so he stands up and pulls his pants up and looks at him, and then he starts walking down the street with my trash can. And they're like, no, let go of the trash can. Let go of the trash can. So he takes it and slings it at him, And they get him. They have him sit down there in the middle of the road, and it was black and had the city of Louisville logo on it, and little arrows said this way toward the street and stuff like it was pretty nice. It was clean. It was shiny. It was shiny. Prior to this incident, it had been clean. It was even shinier at this point from sweat and bodily fluid. And so, you know, I mean, they start talking to him, and one of the cops puts on some rubber glove and goes and grabs the can and pulls it to the end of my driveway and says, "There's your can. You might want to wash it." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah." So then I guess the sergeant on scene comes over and he's like, "Well, what do you want us to do?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I just thought that I needed my trash can." And he's like, "Well, look, I mean, this is a homeless guy. The worst we can charge him with is like criminal mischief, indecent exposure, misdemeanors that he's going to get fined for, which he cannot probably pay anyway. So what would you like us to write him a citation?" I said, I guess want to go back to bed and
get my trash can back.
Put my trash can because garbage runs Tuesday. And
now, mind you, this kind of was a big deal because they do charge you for trash cans around here. I'm assuming everybody else does, but we get charged for trash cans. If they go missing, we have to replace them.
Yeah. And those are not cheap. It's $150, $200, you know. And I mean, it was, so yeah, that was the trash can story. So, you know, I mean, I cleaned it, and that trash can got along for 6 or 7 months while I lived there.
You found a whole new use for it.
I didn't use it for what he used it for. But yeah, that's the trash can story.
So these are the types of stories you get when you come to our events. They're not all paranormal.
Not all paranormal. No. A lot of them start with paranormal, you know, because our life revolves around paranormal for the most part.
But then we get slap happy.
Yeah, by the end of the night, we're out of new paranormal stories to tell usually, and so we start talking about some of the other weird things that have happened to us that usually it's me. And
yeah, and as Rob was asking, "Oh, is this the rubber glove story?" I said, "No, it's not that rubber glove story. There's so many other stories that are not appropriate for here."
Right. Yeah, we don't put them out publicly, but you come to one of our events, we'll tell you some other stuff. But I don't know. Yes, it is fun, Tim. And my stories are great. Todd tells stories that are not as good as mine.
Exactly. Get your tickets to the next event.
Exactly. We're probably done until March, I would say.
March, yeah.
These are always a big hit, so I think we're going to try to squeeze in more of these next year and cut back on the other things. But
Todd says the stories are better.
I don't think so.
In addition to trying to do 5 or 6 of these next year at the fort, we also have the Real Ditto House in 1841. We're selling one Friday night a month. And we've got February,
May, and June.
February, May, and June are gone.
And we've got like 3 people that have been texting me for details and are looking for particular dates.
It's $500 for up to 8 people. It's from like 7 p.m. to 11 a.m. That gets you snacks, drinks, and breakfast the next morning. Investigation, place to sleep.
Hang out with us. We will be here. We live here, so we don't just. It's our damn house.
We don't just give you the house and leave.
It's not a haunted location.
But that's why we're only
You're not gonna pay your $500 and bring your damn paranormal team in here and expect us to leave while a bunch of yahoos are running around our damn house with my underwear in there that I know everyone wants to look at.
One per month, as Rob says, and we're going to do them on Friday nights because of our work schedules. It's just better to.
Yes, and yeah. By special request, Todd and Leanne Eskew will show up.
Yeah, Todd and Leanne got requested to be here during the May event, so that team invited them here.
And as Robert says, you will get to hang out with our trash can. Photo ops are available.
Rob's been here. He knows.
Right here in this room.
It's a haunted location, folks.
It's a haunted house. It's our house.
Well, yeah.
Any age restrictions? How old are you, Damien?
No. As long
whatever age you are is acceptable.
As long as the parents we have, I mean, even if like teenagers wanted to come, I mean, $500, they're going to have to, that's kind of
probably have to sell some fentanyl or something.
But as long as they're it'll be for the same for everybody, regardless of age. You have to be respectable and everything when you come in, and there's rules when you come in. There'll be waivers to sign and everything. So, oh look, he's still
nobody over 63. Well, then Todd can't come.
Damien's still a baby. Damien, you're just
welcome.
You're just a wee babe.
Yeah, we don't want anybody coming in here and dying. We got enough ghosts here.
We do for all of our events. Try to keep them age appropriate. Like last night there were no children, so things get a little more. We kind of judge the crowd of what we can say and what we can't say. I mean, we did have Keith Paranormal she's 14, but she's been to all of our events and they know us.
Her ears are already broken. So yeah, there might be enough bomb that drops every now and then by her because she's nasty. Somebody's walking out there. Did you hear that?
I did hear that. So I was just ignoring it because it happens so often.
No, we do. We still have 9 months available for the house, and those are a good time as well. I mean, like I say, we kind of hang out. I mean, it's an investigation. Everyone, you're welcome to investigate as you will. But usually what we find is we spend a lot of time hanging out down in the dining room and chit-chatting and listening to the activity going on around us. Yeah, check the trash can, Denise. But we'd like to see some of you guys come and visit us for one of those nights.
Rob will be back here.
Big Daddy Andy's.
This is Rob's room. Rob's moving in. I'm speaking it into existence, and we keep telling Rob this is his room. This is the murder room, aka Rob's room. Rob and Silas share this room,
aka the gentleman's room.
The gentleman's room.
Which, I mean, if it's Rob's room, we're gonna have to take that gentleman's room thing off of it because Rob is not a gentleman, y'all. I'm just saying he is. He's not. You know what? But no. Stay out of my room, he says. I don't know. We're about up to an hour.
We are.
Is anybody coming on after us tonight?
He is indeed.
He is. He actually is. Rob is actually a really nice guy. He comes off as this crazy cult leader that's mean, and
I mean, he made us all get tattoos.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all know that's kind of part of getting inducted into the
he comes across as this crazed cult leader that makes people do things they don't want to do and does mind control on people. And he's actually a really nice guy.
Really nice guy.
Believe it.
Yes.
What happened? Oh shit! You gotta send that check here. Oh, got the check right here, Rob. No, seriously, folks. We have missed doing this. We always kind of dread it, the hours leading up to a podcast, but then once we get on here and get interacting with everybody, it's always a good time. We appreciate you guys, and
tonight we just rambled. We had no guest.
We didn't have a guest. We didn't have a plan, but we wanted to come on and say hey to everybody.
There is nobody on after us. You asked me that a minute ago.
All right.
I don't think there is. Oh, no. Yes, there is. It's Julie. Isn't she on next? So we probably need to go.
Yeah, we need to wrap it up because the 7-week chakra is coming on here on the Get Haunted Network.
And Rob is on tonight at 10 p.m. on the Spiritual Speakeasy podcast as a guest.
Oh, well, I'll be in bed. I don't see any reason to stay up for that.
So...
but there's Shar. See, she's one of them people. Oh, hey, Shar.
Shar's been here.
We've been on for a damn hour, and you just pop in. No, Shar spent the night here. She had a good time. Saw a fairy down in the
A couple of nights she
front
had
room
the
and-
she had the Squatch experience and everything
Yep.
too.
So yeah,
thank
but
you,
no.
D Hoop, for being here.
we appreciate everyone tuning in and everyone commenting and all that. Like I say, stay tuned for the 7-week chakra right here on the Get Haunted Network.
I'm
And
looking to see
if
that
you
might already be on here. Let me
are
look.
coming to the Supernatural Soiree next weekend, we'll see you there. If you're not, well, you're missing out on a really cool
Yeah.
party. So there.
Julie Rose just started on the Get Haunted Live, so we're getting off here so she can do her thing.
That's right. So
Good
we
night
love
to
y'all.
all of y'all.
We'll see you in a couple weeks. Y'all take care. And we're still here. And we are still